first. But yeah, we're going to see the game starting shortly. And that was big for Mentalist. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he were to come back and win this one? It'd be insane. That was a good result for him.
Yeah,
I
that'd
feel
be
like he
four
was
games
warming
in a
up.
row.
I feel like, yeah, that was a warm-up game for him. He really
I
was.
feel bad for RiuT because it's obvious that we want the underdog to win. If RiuT comes back
Yeah,
and
yeah.
watches these
Well,
games
I
over,
mean that's how I was with Viper and Yo and everything as well. I mean they're just, they're better than everybody. So, all right, Persians. Okay, interesting, because I actually believe Persians is something you will see later on as well if this continues. But yeah, Persians War for Game 5. Mentalist again needs a result. RiuT, if he wins, will win the best of 7 for third place. And both players going to be winning a lot of money here. Mentalist in the blue. And again, I have to say it's a
golds,
weird map for
the
him.
golds. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that bad though. It
But
really
he has a
it
much better
isn't
wood
that
line.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood line's safe, and that's really important. And the golds, I mean, he can secure those with a
Yeah.
couple towers. Maybe we might see more than one tower on those golds
It'll
to
probably
take
be
care of
knights
that.
anyway. It'll probably be
Yeah.
knights and camels anyway. So I think he's going to be okay to deal with that. But yeah, wood line on the right-hand side. The wood line in the back will not be used for sure because there's just two giant ponds in it. On the front, there are some hills, which would be a problem. The golds are all in the same area. I think the issue for him is he only has this one wood line, so if he does lose this to any aggression, it's an issue. And maybe
Yeah.
later in the game, I'm not sure where he'll place TCs, but we'll have to talk about that then. What do you think of RiuT's map?
Actually, I gotta go for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, RiuT's map, then he has a forward wood line. Very nice wood line. He has to the left a stone, and actually stone, secondary gold, and main gold on the back, but it kind of is exposed back here. It's quite open, though he could wall it off, and we've seen that a lot from RiuT. On the back, RiuT has another wood line, and lots of hills for RiuT as well, mainly on the back, but he will have to deal with some hills as well. Now with Persians, mainly you see scouts, but we could see something different. You could see a drush. Mentalist, when Mentalist is playing, he always does something different. RiuT is more of a metagame player, so I think he'll probably go with scouts. And to be honest, Mentalist has been playing more metagame, I think, because he's been playing RiuT. So I'm interested to see what'll happen here. Right now we have 3 on wood from Mentalist, 3 on wood from RiuT, and I assume it's going to stay that way, and we'll be going into scouts. Keep in mind, Persians have that +2 attack versus archers, so I doubt we'll be seeing crossbows or any archers in this game because of that bonus. But like SMB said, I wasn't sure which game it was, but I guess I should have figured that out. Game 5 is this game here. Then Game 6 is a set Persians War, and that was, decided. So Game 6 will actually be Persians War if Mentalist wins this. Then Game 7 is a Huns War. Yes, that makes sense. So we'll be seeing another Persians War after this, believe it or not. Mentalist is over here, and he's actually snagged a sheep from RiuT. And RiuT might just realize this as he's out here getting his other sheep. Well, we might just find it, actually. Isn't that lucky? Gosh. Really well done from RiuT. I can't even say it's lucky. The positioning from the best players in the world are really insane. Meanwhile, Mentalist, he's bringing in this other boar. He had to get loom for that, actually. A little bit unfortunate when you have to do that. Hopefully that sheep does not block that villager. Yeah, you should be fine here. And... whoop. Perfect boar lore. Perfect boar lore from Mentalist. Alright, now berries on the back is actually going to be good for Mentalist when the scouts come in. And woodline should be easily defensible if he can wall that in here and here towards the TC, and it looks like he's starting that with the houses. Meanwhile, RiuT may be able to defend that just as easy if he walls here and probably place the barracks probably out here, but he'll always have a spear to defend. But I do assume we will be seeing scouts. And it's pretty common to see bloodlines with the scouts as well. But we're getting close to the point where players will click up. RiuT's going to probably get loom and then click up here. And I'm going to pay attention to the scouting real quick of both players, because RiuT's over here. He's looking around, seeing what's going on. Oh, are these villagers going forward from Mentalist? Because RiuT, yep, I think they were. I think they were. I think RiuT just spotted them, and Mentalist is like, yeah, let's not do that. I could be wrong about that, but RiuT was waiting for that. And Mentalist, I mean, he hadn't placed his barracks yet. He could have been going forward to place his barracks, and maybe he's just switched his strategy. But I want to see what Mentalist has actually scouted at this point, and we'll hotkey his scout as well. It looks like he scouted the wood line on the back and on the front, and the golds and the stone, which is great. And there's the barracks for Mentalist. I could be wrong about him going forward, but I swear that's what he was trying to do. RiuT's doing a good job with the scouting here, just paying attention to see if Mentalist will go forward. And Mentalist is going to bring his scout back now, but both players doing good with their scouting. Now, interestingly enough, I don't believe RiuT has actually scouted the gold. He has, and he's placed, again, palisades on the gold to see what Mentalist is up to. Proving to be a really smart thing to do. Obviously, if you look at the result, RiuT's been doing a good job. That could be one of the contributing factors. Alright, so RiuT, he's now up. He's going to be building a stable. Where's he building this? He's building it out here. And both players getting double bit axe at almost the exact same moment. And alright, back at home then for Mentalist. He's building a stable here. A little bit of wall here. He'll be safe. And we're going to see scouts for certain. Though Mentalist's wood lines is a little bit jumbled here, I think that'll help him defend a little bit easier because everything's at the same spot. Unlike RiuT, I mean, he has a wood line here up on the hill, forward here as well. Players are hesitant to make a lot of spears, so if you do make a lot of spears, it hurts your economy. Players don't want to do that, so maybe Mentalist can pick off a couple villagers if he's able to maneuver his scouts correctly here. Looks like both players sending forward spears. Sometimes it will attack each other and just have the spears cancel each other out. But 3 scouts here for Mentalist, 2 for RiuT. Mentalist has gotten house a lot in this best of 7.
That's a bad house too.
Yeah.
Hello,
I don't.
I'm back.
Yeah. I figured. I figured it was you, but he also didn't wall this off. I don't understand, but he's still housed at this point. He actually got wheelbarrow early, and I wonder if he got wheelbarrow early last game because he was housed. Sometimes you just get it then because you're like, oh crap, I'm housed.
That's probably exactly why he got it, because he's had some pretty bad houses, like building with 1 villager, and he's been housed for a minute, like, and really bad. But the scouts are in on the berries now, and he's not doing anything.
I know, he didn't wall it off, and he's gonna lose that villager for sure, and he's gonna fight this, and that's really risky. But he did have the spear there, which is good. He's gonna send his own scouts in, and I don't know if you heard me, Dave, but I was saying that RiuT has 2 wood lines. So maybe Mentalist is able to get to the one on the far end here, but it looks like RiuT's going to have 2 spears, and he might be able to defend that. And RiuT might be sending his scouts back as well. And RiuT's been doing that a lot in this best of 7. He's been playing defensive. And Mentalist is not going to be able to engage with these scouts for sure. Ooh, and the archery range from Mentalist. That's interesting. That's really interesting. He's going into the archery range.
That's Persians.
Yeah. That's not
really
something you see at this level.
Maybe he thinks Mentalist will go into camels again?
Yeah,
that's
Mentalist,
really weird.
I don't understand that decision from Mentalist because, you know...
Oh, you meant Mentalist going for an archery range. Sorry, I thought you meant RiuT.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's... Yeah, he's going with the archery range. I already discussed, like, you know, because the Persians have that bonus versus archers with the knights. So I assumed it was going to be like every other Persia war, where it's just knights and camels and monks and boom.
Nope.
And then transitions into Alps hand cannons, but...
He might be doing this. The one thing I noticed about these 2 bases, old Mentalist resources are in one spot, and it's easy for him to defend it.
Yeah.
RiuT's got a wood line at the front, a wood line at the back. His gold is exposed. Maybe he thinks he can do some damage with range units? I don't know if it's going to be really tough against that scouts.
Well,
though.
archery range is coming in for RiuT now as well. sometimes the one benefit of the archery range is you can pick off the spears. There's spears coming forward for Mentalist now, right when RiuT's getting bloodlines. No bloodlines coming in for Mentalist. Spears coming out for both players. Both players kind of transitioning into archers here. I don't think they'll stay with it, but saying that RiuT's going to 2 ranges. I wonder if we're going to see bloodlines from Mentalist. I think he's actually going to research that right after this scout, and he actually has more military here. Lacking 3 gold. I would definitely go for that research, and I think it's coming in. I'll see it at the top right. There you go, bloodlines. This is a decent situation for Mentalist. His archers aren't going to do anything, really, in this fight. But they will pick off some spears if they do come out, but I doubt they will. But the one thing for RiuT is he has the golds. The one thing for RiuT is he has the golds and the stones all in the same area. So maybe Mentalist is thinking if he wins that area, he can win the game.
Yeah, might be.
He's getting scale barding now as well. I think RiuT recognizes this. He doesn't have a blacksmith. I don't know if he's building it. Oh, he is actually building it as I say that. This is really interesting. RiuT actually has the military advantage now. So everyone's kind of converging to this area. Lots on gold for RiuT. He's going to be creating archers for sure.
Some of RiuT's scouts are really weak though, so you gotta be... There's 1, 2... And now
the villagers
Mentalist coming in, but the archers are dying from him, but he's managed to flank the scouts actually from Mentalist, or from RiuT.
Ooh, there's 3 spears there from RiuT though. Remember, there's scale barding there from Mentalist. Should he have stayed in that fight? It's hard to say. He only had scouts left. It was probably wise for RiuT to focus down those archers.
I think Mentalist got scared off by those spears that were wandering around in the middle of the scouts. And he's gonna, I mean, he's gonna click up soon. He's closer, way closer to it than RiuT is.
Yeah.
Resource-wise. And the Vil difference, it's 4, so it's not that big.
Oh, look at this sneaky move from Mentalist around the wood line. It's a nice move. He's gonna get right to the gold, but is he gonna be able to defend it home when RiuT attacks?
Well, he's dropping a tower on the gold, so he can garrison his Vils in there. If the scouts go through the middle, they're gonna hit the TC, so he just needs to basically wall up around his wood.
It's risky. He's gonna get the tower up now. I think the scout should commit
on the gold of RiuT. But there's 3 spears there, so that's the problem.
He's a lot of weak scouts. He might be able to deal with the spears. The issue is that RiuT can always reproduce. How's it going back at his base? All the archers and the scouts are below his tower. And
he's trapped them.
This is going to be awkward.
He's trapped the Vils. He's going to lose all of those unless he comes back with the scouts right now.
Yeah, and he is doing that, but he has to travel a long way, and RiuT is sending more units forward. RiuT, he's actually committed full feudal here, and he's on 2 stables, RiuT.
Oh, Mentalist actually got 3 of those villagers away. 2, sorry. I'm surprised. I thought all of those were going down.
Yeah, but the issue is, I mean, we talked about the golds in the beginning of the game for Mentalist. He's not going to have any access to gold at all. And he's going to lose this fight, for certain. And he's not going to... What's he going to do? What's he going to do in the Castle Age? He's going to be in the Castle Age with 300 gold to use. He might be able to push away with a couple knights.
GG's.
There's the GG's. And
well done from RiuT to take that gold.
And well done from both players throughout the tournament. Like, RiuT and Mentalist probably had... I think Mentalist and RiuT gave probably the most exciting games throughout the tournament. Those 2 players were... Mentalist were... His games were surprisingly good for a lot of people, and RiuT was just solid throughout the tournament. Their best of 5 was great. The one Byzantine War from RiuT
against Viper was probably the game of the tournament, to be honest.
Mentalist versus Yo, which we casted, was great. Yeah, so these players were phenomenal, and they deserve the money, they deserve the respect. So it was great, and it was great to cast the games as well. So, all right, let's take a quick look at the achievements here. 24 units killed for RiuT. It was kind of a short game there in the end. We have eco stats. RiuT was well ahead, but of course Mentalist clicked up, tried to cut to get to Castle Age. Time's not really important. Society stats not really important because of different strategies in the end. But RiuT did have more villagers. So. All right, so I will change the scores. And yeah, those are great games. I hope all you guys are excited for the final tomorrow, which is at 14 GMT, I believe. That's going to be really exciting. A best of 9. Yeah, and I think a lot of people could have said Yo could have made the final, but there would have been very few people who would have predicted Vinch to make the final.
A player that
So,
wasn't even invited to an invitational tournament
yeah.
is in the finals. So if you want to support Vinchester, or if you're a Yo fanboy, show up tomorrow. I think we have Mesmora casting the games. At what time is it at?
14 GMT, which will be
14 GMT.
2
Okay.
hours before these games were launched live today. So Masmora and Zero Empires will be casting tomorrow. And so that'll be great. And yeah, that's it for us today. As far as any other scheduled events go, I believe that's it. And we're going to be heading off again. I'm T90 Official, and it was Vicious Marauder with me. So if you'd like to follow us and stay tuned to any of our personal streams, it's below the stream there listed. So I'll see you guys, and thanks for watching.